welcome to What's on My Craft Table. And today we have something really cute. I think y'all are going to really like. I had seen this on, I think it was Pinterest maybe, or Instagram. And I thought I'd do my own little take on it. And I think it turned out really super cute. Plus, I made mine a little bit bigger, and you will see why. But I want to reveal right here what we have on the craft table. I can't wait. It's excited. So here we go. Ta-da! So is this not super cute? So as you can see, it is a purse. And it's really cute. I decided to do it in Christmas because this is appropriate season for this. Or really, it's appropriate season for any time of the year. For, you know, birthdays, I think would be really super cute with this. And Halloween would be, of course, this coming up. So we could make this with Halloween paper too. I was just getting tired of the holiday festivals, Halloween. I decided to move into Christmas. I mean, this is going into it is the middle of October, and people are already crafting all their Christmas stuff. So I wanted to go ahead and start doing some Christmas things. And this is super cute. So it is a wallet, and let me show you what's inside. Now this, I just put a bow on it. You don't have to put a bow. You can put like a little button if you want to put a button. Or maybe if you can find like a little Christmas Santa, like a little resin thing you can put on there. You can leave this off and put a sentiment in here and say like Happy Holidays, Merry Christmas, whatever. But I chose to do a bow because I liked the way this bow looked with the candy canes. So that's what we did. So when you open this, I put 3 on here. So there is 3 of the Velcro dots. I put 3 because this is the extra large candy bar. So I am going to show this to you now. And it is a Hershey king size bar, which I wasn't planning on king size when I first started. I was actually going to do the regular size. I started doing my measurements and I'm like, oh, this is not fitting. So then I had to redo my, redo all my measurements again and go ahead and find a way to make this one here. So it does fit a king size Hershey bar. Oh, and then before I put that in, well, I'll go ahead and put it in there. So, and then we also added right here, and I'll go through all this, right here and here, and that's where you can put a chain. You can put, mine is ribbon. You can put maybe some Christmas ribbon, like the string type. Use anything you want for this. I chose to use this because if I give it to somebody, I really don't want to use chain. It's cute. I might use chain for like a birthday one, but for a Christmas, I chose to do the ribbon. So there is 3 of the little Velcro dots that I used to hold it. You might be able to get a bigger size and just use 1, but this is what I had on hand, and I used 3, and it stays nice and flat. And like I said, here is my Hershey candy bar. So that is so cute. I love it. But I want to show you how to do it today. And by the way, here's the first one I did. It's the exact same thing, but when you put them together, you can see that this one is a little bit larger. Hopefully you can see that. I know the ribbon's kind of getting in the way. But this one is a little bit larger, and I'm thinking, what am I getting for my money when I buy the king size versus the smaller one? But you can see there's a little bit of difference right there. So this is the smaller version of it. This is the king size version of it. So you could do it either way. All I did was basically move my measurements down to, I think, about 1/4 of an inch. And everything else is the same. I just moved this, like the base part of it, a little bit smaller. So that's how you do them. I wish I had a candy bar to put in here, but I don't. This has all been done. So I might go ahead and get me some regular size Hershey's and put something in this one for somebody. You can also slide a gift card in here, guys. So there's room that you can slide. Look at, there's room that you can slide a gift card in this with the candy bar. That's why I thought this would be a great idea. Why not give somebody something cool? You know, when you're giving them a gift card, instead of just like putting a gift card in another card. I mean, this is just a cute way for me. I think it's adorable. I'm going to sit this over here because we're going to start and get ready. You do need some ribbon, and I chose to do the green one instead of the red one. I already made myself a little bitty bow. You really don't need to see me do all that, making bows and things. I already got everything. Here, I'll show you this. This is what I used. So I got these off Amazon, I think. And these are just Velcro dots. They are, if you want the measurements, they are 0.39 inches by, oh, it just says 0.039 inches. And there's 1,008 pieces, 504 pairs. This is a HTV Ront, I'm going to say. Is that, I think that's an R, it may not be, but there's no exact measurements of what this is besides 0.39. So if you're interested in the small ones, get these. If not, try the bigger ones. It may be a little bit better. So what I have for you, that I just have a little bitty dot on there probably. So what I did, and let me zoom you out just a little bit, not in, we're going to zoom you out a little bit. I think I'm a little bit too close. Okay, let's try that. So we start off with a piece of 6 7/8 across, 6 7/8, and the long part is 7 3/4. Okay, so that's our piece. Now you see I already got some score lines in there. I already did the score lines because it takes a little bit longer. I just rather tell you what they are. All of them will be in the video so you can go exactly and see my measurements. I have something glittery right here, and I know exactly where that's from. Working on a lot of projects. So what I had done on, so right here is the 6 7/8. So on the 6 7/8 side, I went down 3/4 of an inch. So let's see if you can see that. You probably see, okay, see this line? That's 3/8 of, what did I tell you? What did I say? I just lost it. It's 3/8 of an inch. So 3/8 of an inch on this side, you would score down, and then I just flipped it around and did 3/8 of an inch on this side. So on both sides, okay, it's 3/8 of an inch on the 6 7/8 inside. So 6 7/8 go down 3/8. 6 7/8 go down 3/8. If you want to flip it, I think it's easier to do this way and score, this way and score. Then we turn it around on the 7 3/4 inch side. Okay, and let's do it this way because this is the correct way. So if you can see this score line here, oh, my watch is going off. It always goes off when I'm trying to do a video. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to tilt this better so there you can see much better there. So the first score mark on the 7 3/4 inch is 2.5. So 2.5 there is the first score line. You can see the first score line. 2.5. You move over just a little bit to 2 7/8. Okay, so 2.5, 2 7/8, score all the way down to 5 3/8. Can you see that there? That score line there is 5 3/8. The next one is 5 3/4. And that's all the scoring we have. So I hope you can see that. I think you can get a little bit better view of it now. I don't know if you can get a better view of it this side. No. This is the side we want to look at. So there's your 3/8 of an inch scores. And then you can see the scores right here. So I show it to you this way if you want to, if it's easier. It's all the same. 2.5, 2 7/8, 5 3/8, 5 3/4, but you will be scoring like this. So the 7 3/4. I hope I didn't mess you up. Like this is 7 3/4, and that's where you do the 2.5, the 2 7/8, 5 3/8, 5 3/4. So it looks like this. Okay, so you have a shorter end right here, and then these two here are exactly the same. Okay, so we are going to turn it to where we have the shorter end at the top, and then there's the middle section, and then the other section. So we have 3 sections. This is what it looks like. So let's go ahead and get our creaser. I'm going to crease these. I usually like to do it flat and then put all my pieces in, which I did not tell you about. Let me tell you our designer's papers that I have here. So the first one that we have, I wrote this down several different things, 7 different ways. So this one is 1 7/8. We're going to use the same thing, like I said. It's just opposite colors. So 1 7/8 by 5 7/8. Okay, so 1 7/8 by 5 7/8. And we only need one piece, so that goes right here. So like I said, you can do this like this to get it perfect, which is maybe what I'll do. You can go ahead and crease your score lines if you want to. It's up to you and however you like to do it. So now we have 2 pieces, which is for this one here and then this one here. So this one is 5 7/8 by 2 3/8. So it's a little bit bigger because it's a larger one. So 5 7/8 by 2 3/8, and you need to cut 2, and these go here. Now, I did not worry about these here. I left these green, and I left these green. If you want to measure these out and do that, you can. I chose to leave it red. So let's see how it's red here and red all around. It is done in the back, of course. But I chose to leave it. You can put your paper, your designer paper on here if you want to, but I chose not to. So that's the way we are going to do this one. So what I want to do first, let's go ahead, so I don't confuse you guys, let's go ahead and crease all of our lines. Okay, I'm going to make sure that I get on the right way. So I'm going to this way. This is the other way that you couldn't see the lines very well, but this is the way I should crease. So these are the very small 3/8 of an inch. Okay, on the L's, and then we will go ahead and open those up and just crease. So make sure all your lines are creased. That's our main thing. Crease them all up. Crease it here, and we got one more. Okay, so there's all of our creases, and then this is what our box is looking like. You can see them all creased. So the next thing we want to do, I'm going to get my little scissors out because we have some cutting to do. So on the shorter box, the smaller box, smaller, bigger, bigger, smaller box, you want to cut this tab off and the other smaller tab. So basically the whole from this score line to the next score line. So you want to take all this off, just right here. So there's the smaller one and the bigger one. You want that cut off. If I can remember correctly, that's how I did it. It's been a while since I did this. This one here, I had gone on and took a vacation, which was amazing, to the Smoky Mountains, and I had a blast and a wonderful time, and I can't wait to go back. I'm just so excited. I can't wait to go back. And I saw a black bear. I was really excited. I've been up to Tennessee twice, and we both went to the same place. But I seen bears. I seen a small little baby bear over there the first time I went, and this time I seen a bear. He was in the creek and he was getting a drink of water, and my husband and my son were with us on the trip, and my son and my husband didn't see it, but I was seeing it because I was sitting in the back, and they're driving, and I'm like, "There's a bear! There's a bear!" I was so excited. And I'm like, "We've seen a bear!" So evidently I was the only one that got to see a bear this time around. But I found out that the next day that we left, there was 3 bears in Gatlinburg, and they were just roaming around town the day after we left, so we missed them. But that's okay. I got to see a bear. So anyway, so this is what we are doing, guys. Back to this. We just cut those off, okay? Because that's going to be our box. And the next one that we're going to do is we're going to cut up, see that little bitty square right here? And on this side, we do the same on one side as we do on the other. We're going to just cut up to that score line. Just cut up. Don't remove it. Just cut up. And if you want to, you can take, like I'm talking about, like an eyelash hair off of these. Just, it makes your box, see, it makes your box close a little bit better. So I'm going to do the same on this side and on this side. And like it's basically just like, I call it an eyelash hair because I can't tell you how little I want you to cut these pieces. Just like really tiny. I look like I'm missing one. Oh, because it's on the back. So let's get rid of those little pieces. And little scissors work best. Okay. So now we have what looks like this, and basically this is it. So if you want to, we can go ahead. Well, if we want to. What I'm going to do is I am going to, first of all, round off these edges before I forget, because I have a habit of forgetting. Remember, this is on the smaller one, the smallest piece you have. And just round off your corners. Okay. Now this is going to go onto the smaller piece of your designer paper. Figure out which side you want. If it's directional, make sure everything's going this way. I like this size here, so I'm just going to snip off here and snip off here so that we have this that will fit on top of here. Okay, so as you can tell, it'll show a little bit of green. Just a little bit. It's not a ton, but it's showing just a tiny bit of green. And I probably could have made this one a little bit smaller because I want more green showing. But, you know what? It's not a big deal. The smaller one that I did, you didn't see any green. I went right up to the sides. So what I mean by that is this one here. So I went right up to the sides. There's no red showing on either one of those sides. And on here and here, there is no red. So they only see red here and here. So you do how you want to do you. Okay? So I'm going to go get some glue. And I'm going to, let's see if I can get my glue to work. The last time I used this glue, it wasn't working. But I don't want to use the big glue. Because I don't want to make this. You can use tape on this too, guys, if you want. You don't, anything we have so many different kinds of tapes and things now. You can use whatever you want to use on this. Tearing tape, your red liner tapes, all that. So I'm just going to put that on here, and we are going to glue it down and show as much green as possible. It's not going to be, I'm going to have more green on one side than I am on the other. That's perfectly okay. So when we get to fold this over like this, so you'll see a little bit of green there and a little bit of green. There's some green on this side you can see. I hope you can see this, guys. I look like I'm a little bit blue for some reason. I don't know why that is. I'm trying to adjust, but it seems like I'm a little bit blue. I don't know. I made it a little bit brighter. Maybe that helps. Okay, so then we take the next one, and like I said, just choose whichever side is best, and just put some glue on here. It doesn't take a lot of glue. This glue I'm using is from Crafter's Companion, and I love it because it's quick dry, but you have a little bit of movement. You have a little bit of movement in case you if you don't put it on exactly correctly. You have a little bit of movement to move it. Okay, so we're going to put this one on. I think that looks pretty good. I think my papers were not cut exactly like I would like them. For some, you know, sometimes we get a little bit off when we cut papers, you know, so. And then let's put on the last one. It makes me irritated because it's like, okay, why did that not fit exactly perfect, you know? But it happens sometimes. I think the pieces of paper that we also cut aren't exactly, you know, 12 by 12s or 8.5 by 11s. I think they're a little bit off sometimes. So I just do the best with what we have. And I'm going to leave it this way. I'm going to put it down here. Like I said, try to just make sure it's kind of even. I'm going to move this one a little bit over. For some reason I can't get this one to move. See, you still have that little bit of wiggle room, and that's what I mean. By using wet glue, it's so nice. You know, it's really nice. Because you have that wiggle time. Okay, so I am going to just put, well, I'll leave this here. So the next thing we do, okay, so this is, once again, this is the front of the box. This is the back. So now, when I do mine, I always like to put my seams, like my tabs, to the back, like that. So I want this one here to come in, and I want this one here to go over. Because I want them to face the back. I don't want the seams to face, like, if I did it, you would see this kind of thing, like this, and I don't like that. I want that seam, this little part here, to be in the back. So what you want to do is you want to take your middle one and you want to put it over to the other one. Okay, so we're just going to glue it to the inside of the box right there. So I'm going to take a little bit of glue. Just follow my steps, guys. This will work. So put some glue, push it to the back, and kind of get that to hold just a little bit. You can see I have some glue oohing out, but it's okay. Just kind of oozing out a little bit. It's pretty quick drying. And then I want to take this one and put this one up over here to the back. So when you have this now, you won't have the seam. But before I do that, I'm going to go ahead and attach this one too. I might as well while I'm here. Let's get that little tab out. Sometimes it's easier doing it this way. One side at a time when you're tabbing. Yeah, I'm trying to put the tab in there. I find it easier. Like I said, it all depends on how you feel, how you craft. Like I said, I tell you all the time in my videos, you do you. Okay, so if you don't like doing it this way, don't do it. Do it the way you prefer. So then I'm gonna, this one's not grabbing. It's grabbing, but it's not grabbing. It takes a second or two. Just give it a hold and it'll come on, there it goes. And then this one I'm going to put in the back. So you can take this flip and flip it up like that. So you have, and you can see what you're doing. Most. So just put some glue on there. I don't put a ton of glue. And I have this little glue machine I have not used yet. I don't know why haven't used it yet. But it's by Sweet Petunia. And guys, I'm sure you guys have all seen this gun before. It's a glue gun. And it'll be so much easier on my fingers. And I have not yet to use it. I keep saying, Maria, use that. Use that. It is a different glue than what I have in this bottle. And I really like this. It comes in, I had a bottle out here, but I think I put it over, no, it's right here. This is what I'm using. It's called the Koal Tacky Glue. Crafter's Companion uses this all the time. And that's what's in this little one here that I'm using. And I know how it works, and it grabs well. The other one is from Tonic, I believe. And I'm not saying their glues aren't good. I'm just saying, you know when you find your favorite glue, you just want to keep with it. But I haven't changed, and it comes with an extra bottle when you buy it, like this. You get an extra bottle and you could fill it with any glue. So I just haven't had the chance to fill it with this glue here that I'd rather have. Like I said, for some reason, and I'm trying to get this squared, guys. So just, I want to make sure it's squared. You want to make sure it's squared. You don't want to get it off, right? Because then your box won't go right. Okay, so that's, why is this not sticking? I just told you how good this glue is. Oh, it just, for some reason, doesn't want to stick. It's like, okay, whenever you're ready. Hold on to it for a second. Give it a minute. It is fairly, like, warm in my room. I don't know if that has anything to do with it. I'm going to just glide my glider over this. You know, I still don't know if this is the correct term, but it's like a glider, but it's a bone folder to me, but they call it, I think, a glider, but I love it. So there's our box already, guys. See it? And then this comes over here on top, and then we can, if you want to, you can do that now, or you can do it later. I'll go ahead and get some of these out. These are, like I said, these are, I read the size, 0.39, so they're pretty small. But if I had the bigger ones, I may not need it, like 3. I'm just putting them over here on my glass counter for now, because I have to get the other half of them. And that is on like this side. So they put like ones on one side and these on the other side. So I'm just sticking them over here on my glass mat. In case you're wondering what I'm doing. I'm just putting them on my glass mat. Just so that I can get them all out and ready to go. So there's these 3. Okay, so now we'll stick those in afterwards. Don't seem like they want to go in. There they go. So now I just take a top and a bottom, you know, and I put them together so that they're together. And I stick one about, try to get it in the middle the best you can. Doesn't have to be exact, not a big deal. Then I get the other one. Okay, and I put them together. See, these are small. You can see by the size of my finger that they're small. And I put the fuzzy one down. So if I can, they're sticking me to my hands more they are to this this paper here. They are very sticky. I'm going to tell you that right now. They're very, very sticky. Okay, and I'm going to put the third one here. Okay. Oh, sticky, sticky. So now, I mean, these are not perfect. I can tell already. They're not perfect. Not at all. I mean, this one is off. I can tell because this is like the middle of the box and it's off just a tad. It's not a huge deal. I mean, it's just the inside. So now this is the hard part, is getting them to pull up and them stay. If you see that they're not staying, just grab here. Let me grab one more. Okay. And then this one. Okay, so they all stuck. So now I'm just going to give them a good press. Stick my hand in here and give them a good press. So the next time you go to do it, it'll come off. You could put glue underneath these if you want to. I tried to do it. They would not stick. They were making, it was just like a huge big mess. So I chose not to do that. Okay, so the next thing we need to do is we need to get a ribbon. And I just angled our ribbon. You can tell right here. It's easier. And I just get my, this is really like, it's permanent adhesive, but this Tombow in this extreme is really, really much like stickier, so it'll stick. I'm gonna do it off here on, you can't see it because I'm off here, but I will show you. So I just put some glue on here and I'm gonna just stick it right here, kind of like on an angle. So let's just stick it on the angle. So that's in there. Okay, and then I just kind of, I don't shut the box. I just kind of go like this. And I carry the ribbon around to how much you really want. I don't need a ton. So I'm going to cut it off maybe about here. I always cut it off at the angle. So now I make sure that it's going around the right way and it gets stuck here. So I'm going to put some glue. I'm doing the glue on my glass mat because I don't want to do it on this paper because the paper will come off. So I'm just putting it right here. And just like I said, angle it. I'll show you in just a second. So they're both in there, and they're both on that little seam right here, and I got them stuck like that. So they're on a little angle. Doesn't really matter. Okay, so then what I can do, guys, is show you. I'm going to take this one out, and you can see how easy these are coming out. These are coming off now. So I'm going to put this in here. See, look at it, fits perfectly. I did a good job on those measurements. And then you can always put a gift card in there. That's what I tell everybody. Do something different, you know, when you do gift cards instead of just handing an envelope. I don't know, I'm just not like that. Oh, I didn't even get these on here centered. Hold on. Something got off. And it's usually me. Okay, there we are. Much, much better. Okay, and then we have, I have these little bitty glue dots. Like, they're tiny. They're really small. But, I don't know what size these are. But I always put like 2 on, because I don't want it to come off. So I put 2 on the bow that I made, and then just stick it in the middle. And like I said, you can put sentiments on here instead of the bow. You can do anything you want on these things. You know, the sky's the limit. You can put little rhinestones in the corner. You can really dress this up. I'm not doing all that dressing up. I'm just wanting to show you how to make the box. And I kind of push my bows up a little bit so that they're standing up. Okay, so that's it. And did I get this bow centered? Could be more, just a little bit this way, but we're going to go with it. So I think it came out really cute. But look how cute it is, though. See? So, I mean, what coworker wouldn't even want one of these, right? And stick them like Starbucks, you know, gift card in there if they like coffee or whatever they like. I mean, stick it in there. A Visa gift card, anything. But this is so cute when you can give somebody a gift card in a different way. So this is the way I chose to do it. I like it. I did, like I said, the bigger size to give them the king size bar instead of the regular size. But here, I'm going to close my glue because I don't want it to, I'm going to stick that pin in there. Well, I totally missed it. Oh, you know, and I have my glasses on. I'm still missing it. Oh, woe is me. So anyways, guys, here's these 2. Cute, right? And then here is the smaller one that you can do. So it's up to you which one you want to do. This one here, if you want to know, I did it at 6.5 by 7 3/4. Okay, so that's your base piece of paper. 6.5 by 7 3/4, where the other one was 6 7/8 and 7 3/4. So it is a little bit bigger, because that's for the king size. If you want to do the small size, 6.5 by 7 3/4, same thing. On that 6.5 inch side, you score it 3/8, 3/8, right? Then you turn it onto the 7 3/4, and you do 2.5, 2 7/8, 5 3/8, 5 3/4. Exactly the same way we did this one. You do this one, but the measurements for your base is 6.5 by 7 3/4. That's all the difference is just the base that you start out with. So what I mean is the base is your main piece of cardstock that put these together. So your red cardstock or your green one like we just did. So that's the only difference. Everything else is exactly the same. It's just that this one is a little bit smaller. So now, guys, just go crazy and make all kinds of these. These are adorable. I mean, you can make them to fit. If you change your measurements a little bit, make them to fit a Kit Kat bar. Right? Why not? Anything that's kind of flat, that has that, like the Hershey's and the Kit Kat bars, anything that's kind of flat would fit in these. It's really adorable. You have a little bit of room in there. So go for it, guys. These are really cute. Anyway, thank you so much for being here today with me to show you how to make these Hershey Hershey Bar Purses is what I'm going to call it. I think they're adorable, and like I said, who wouldn't want one of these, right? Especially if she's a female. I mean, males will like them too. I can't say that they won't like them. Males may like them too. So you do, and send them to whoever you want to. Give them out. Like, I think they're inexpensive. This was it wasn't even a full 8.5 by 11-inch card. I don't think either one of these were. They're 8.5 by 11 pieces. So and just a little bit of designer paper. That's it. And a little bit of ribbon. And you're done. It's really quick. So anyways, guys, I'm going to let you go. I don't want this to run over. But thank you so much for coming in today and seeing me make these really cute Hershey purses. I think they're adorable. Please do me a favor and subscribe. Hit the notification bell and hit all so that you get all my future videos. Give me a thumbs up. Leave comments at the bottom of the video. I will have all the measurements within the video. So if you get stuck, you can pause and redo. And so that's what I love about crafting. Showing everybody how to do everything. Showing them all the measurements. Taking them step by step. So anyways, guys, love you all so much. Thank you for being here. And I'll see you on my next video. Bye. Happy crafting.